Hi, and welcome to the help video for the user accounts in Element. Once we log in, if we go to the main menu and choose Administration, then go to the Administration menu and choose Users, we will see a listing of all the users that we have assigned to this account for this primary user. The primary user ID is the main account, the main user account for your access to Element. Underneath this primary user account is where you can list all of the different users that you'll have for different sites and the different accesses that you'll give to those users for all the different sites that you have. Looking at this user here, this is the primary user. It's indicated by the P, the ID number for the user, first name and last name. Since this is the primary user, we do not have an access level. We just have the user and the package level information. You'll see once we add a user using the Add User button, we'll be able to assign that user different access levels to different sites that we have assigned to this primary user. If you want to modify the primary user account, once you select the primary user, you'll see that the account membership is all. So if you had multiple accounts assigned under this primary user, you would have a listing here that you can choose to assign this user to. We'll show you that a little bit later in the video. The password, you can go ahead and change the password for the user. The user's name for login, first name, last name, the email address for the user account, primary phone, secondary phone, and so forth and so on. Under the package level, we'll see that this is the package level that this user is set up, this account is set up for. Currently they're on the silver package level, but you can see that that can be changed to bronze, silver, gold, or custom. If you do choose custom level, Molecular Software will contact you to determine what settings you would like. And of course, each of those different packages has a different level for the monthly rate. And you'll see how many accounts are allowed, how many are allocated, how many sites are allowed, how many are allocated, so forth and so on, as well as disk space usage. If you try to choose a package that's less than what you currently are utilizing, so let's say that you have 2 sites and you're on a custom package, and you try to go down to a silver package, it won't allow you to do that because you have more sites than are available for that package level. So let's go ahead and add a new user. We'll just add a site administrative user. There's basically 4 different levels of users that you can add, and those different access levels will be indicated down here under site accesses once we select the account that we want to add this user to. So what you'll see is now if this account had multiple, and what I mean by account is not user account, but the account for this primary user has multiple sites assigned to it, you would see multiple listings here of different sites. You can then choose what kind of access this particular user is going to have for those particular sites individually. So once we select the account, and if there was multiple accounts, they'd be listed here and you could select multiples. Then we then put in the username, and it's got to be a minimum of 6 characters. And then on the password reset, that's indicated as yes, and it's not, you cannot change it, it's disabled. And what that does is the first time this user logs in, they will be forced to change their password to what they want it to be. So when the account is first created, it will send them an email, if you have the email notification on, that will send them an email telling them what their username is, and the password will be new password. Once they enter that in, they'll be forced to change the password to what they want it to be. Anytime there's a question with any of these fields within Element, you can always click on the little blue question mark icon next to the field, and it'll give you a more detailed look at what that field is asking for. So let's go ahead and finish creating this. We put in a first name, put in a last name, and put in an email address. This email address needs to be a valid email address in order for the user to get the email notification. We can turn off the email notification so that it doesn't send an email to the user, but then we need to let this user know that this account has been created for them. We'll go ahead and leave it on in this case. And now we'll put in the user's primary phone number and secondary phone number if we want to. We'll assign the access for this user. We'll go ahead and give them site administrator level access to this. And once we click on Save, the user is now added to the list with the site administrator icon. And you'll see now you can turn that reset password on and off. This is so that if a user ever needs to have their password changed, you can go in and change it, but you can't see it. You can only see the password. You can only change the password here for who you're logged in as. So let's add another user to this, and you'll also see that the last login and the modification date for the user is listed there. You'll notice that there is no package level for this user because only under the primary account is the package level modifiable. Now you'll see that you cannot add another user due to the fact that you only have the level selected to allow for 2 users under the package level. Since this package level is silver, it only allows for 2 users. So if we wanted to change the level of access for this particular user, we could always go to Site Access and change it down to a Content Manager, and you'll see that it changes to the Content Management section. Now what this means is that a Content Manager user account will only allow them to see the content management section of Element. They will not be able to get into the administration area of Element and make any modifications. They can only make content changes to the website. If you put them at no access, that would turn them off for this particular site. Now, how this could be useful is if you have, let's say, 4 different websites that you're managing underneath this account for JNS ARMS, you may want to allow this particular user to have content management access to 2 of them and site administrator access to 1 of them, and then no access at all to one of the other sites. Of course, at any time, if you have need any help with this module, you can always click on Help in the upper right-hand corner. This will open up a PDF document that will show you a detailed account of how these user accounts are set up, descriptions of each individual field and what they perform, and how they work. And that sums up user accounts for Element. Thank you.